You're live.
I am live. Sweet. So who, what, where, why, when? I am Russell Maidlow. I own a shop in downtown Davenport, scenic downtown Davenport at 224 West 3rd. It's called Allied Barber and Supply. You will note that there are currently no barbers. Thank COVID. Working on it. It's a man store, basically, with a lot of things that women like, but a man store. If you have a hard to shop for guy in your life, you can come here and just thank me for all of the time that I just saved you, because I'm going to get you out the door in about 15 minutes, guaranteed. Like literally guaranteed. I'll give you 5% off if you're not out of here in 15 minutes. Probably not. Why? I can go really dark with this, but let's just say COVID caused me my day job. I had a feeling I was not going to be going back to my day job. Luckily, I had a hobby that was making soap and sometimes candles, which we're going to do today, which is pretty fun. And I was like, well, they're giving me a severance package. Maybe I can turn my hobby into my job. So I rented a little place in the Hilltop for $1,000 and took the other $1,000 and moved into that place and quickly realized that I did not have a store. I had about 30 products in a 500 square foot space and 3 IKEA bookshelves, which are still in use at Allied Barber and Supply. You can come adore the fabulous flat pack furniture for what it is, if you'd like. It's kind of an IKEA shrine. I don't know if I'll ever be able to get rid of them. And quickly realized that I needed to get more stuff. And with my $1,000, I basically compartmentalized my business, and I would sell one thing and I would buy 2 more of those things. And then when I got to the point where I was ordering 10 of those things, I would just buy in with some new company. And over about the course of a year, I turned the $1,000 into about $50,000, and did that during the Rona, which was pretty crazy and also nuts because supply chains are still broken from the Rona. These are my candle jars, which if you bought candles from me, this is what they looked like at the first part of last year. And then they changed 4 times during the Rona because everybody kept going out of stock. Did you know you can put your green beans in there because the mason jar lids fit on them? I didn't know that. But basically I had to change my candle jars 3-4 times last year because people were making green beans or asparagus or whatever in my candle jars, which was not awesome. And also they don't bring them in once they're done eating that asparagus, because I'm sure I could wash them out and make candles if I wanted to. Maybe an asparagus candle. I mean, I've got a pizza candle. Done weirder things. Why? Well, because I lost my job from the Rona. Other than that, it's been a lot of just crazy outpouring of support. I tell people I thoroughly expect to go out of business every month until I have the rent in the bank on the day that the rent is due, and we're coming up on a full year of that, so that's pretty crazy. Because I definitely was the first 2 months was just kind of like, I don't know how this is gonna go. This is kind of scary, and then it got less scary, and then it got a little bit less scary, and then November hit, and then it was just insane. I pretty much do this about 90 hours a week, whether I'm in here making stuff, sitting at home adding things to the website, sitting at home thinking about this place, sitting at home going over the orders that I got the instant I walked out of here so that I can't just walk back in the door and box them up and get them ready to ship out. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it. I get to do something that I love, something that I enjoy doing, and can't really ask for much more than that. I mean, that's what you want in a job is something that being paid is kind of a bonus. Although I don't technically pay myself a ton of money, so if I could get to that point, it would definitely be a bonus. Other than that, like basically smell good. I'm into good smelling things. I'm into making good smelling things. I'm into carrying other good smelling things. It expanded in the Hilltop because I needed stuff to fill that store. But it was also, I wanted to stick to things that I know. It's like there's a lot of like, I guess less now that a couple of them have closed or retired or whatever. But there's men's clothing stores in the Quad Cities, quite a few. I'm not sure how many there are now after the Rona, but none of those places are for me. It's people ask me why I do the clothing that I do, and it's like I'm a jeans and t-shirt guy. That's what I wear. So I just look for better jeans and t-shirts. I'm not frequenting any country clubs. My nice jeans may end up under some old Chevy at some point during the day, and I wanted stuff that would hold up. So most of the stuff that I carry is somewhere between made in America or has a warranty, and those are kind of my big selling points for me bringing in brands. Is that those people either make it here or they stand behind what they do, preferably both, because that's the way I treat my stuff. Is if you don't like it, then let's take care of that. Versus, oh well, I already got your money. It's not how I roll. This is actually my first retail job, so I try to make it a store that I would want to shop at, and it's gone pretty well so far. As far as doing something today, I figured we'd make some candles. If you didn't know, this is the candle bar where I have roughly 150 right now fragrances. What I like to do with this is treat it exactly like a bar, only you come in and order a candle instead of a drink. So we come in, sit down. Usually takes 10 to 15 minutes for me to figure out something that you like, between playing with different fragrance combinations and testing them mixed together with other things. And basically you end up with your own custom candle, which is it's pretty sweet. Instead of going and standing in the candle aisle and smelling 47 candles to find one you don't like, you can just come here and make one that you do. Pretty reasonably priced. And then the fun thing is too, is that when we figure out your blend, it goes in this book. So that once we know what your blend is, you get a number. There's about 70 of them in here. You can just call, email, text me. I don't care. Like, hey man, can you make me another large candle in fragrance 71? I can do that. And then if your friends come over and they're like, oh man, your house smells so good. What is that? And you're like, it's my own custom candle. You got your own custom candle? I don't think so. Flex on them. Flex on them with your candles. That's what I do for you. And then we can apply that to room sprays. It's eventually going to work into lotions and body washes and stuff like that because I can already make all that stuff. So why wouldn't it? Why not just smell like whatever you want all the time?
We have your first question. Does the book have a name? Tristan wants to know, is that the Candle Bible?
It should have a name. But yes, we'll call it that for now.
Open to suggestions.
Call it the, it almost needs a funny name. All right, somebody give me a funny name for that and I'll give you a candle. Tristan, don't be obscene. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I think a lot of it right now that's in there, it's been guys that have made custom beard oils for, but we've done probably 30, 35 candles with it and stuff. And people always really enjoy doing it. So it's, I don't know, it seems to shock people that like it's a thing that can be done. It's like you pick out what the candle smells like instead of having to smell 50 candles in the candle aisle and be like, well, I kind of hate all of these, but I'll take this one because it's the closest to the one I don't hate, which is precisely why I got into making candles. This one's okay, but it could be better. I'm just going to make them better. So bonus point number 2, that I'm doing a craft fair this weekend up in Tipton, Iowa. It's called Good Makers Market. If you've not been, it is worth the drive for Bev the Barbarian and everything else that's there, but especially Bev the Barbarian. Hi, Bev. She makes fantastic mixed drinks and out of a little trailer, and God bless her for doing it. It's actually a husband and wife team, and Bev is the name of the trailer. I just don't know their real names. Definitely come check it out if you're willing to drive halfway between here and Iowa City and then about 15 minutes north. It's a good time, kind of trendy, and there's good booze and good food and good goods, as Jeff likes to say. But the downside to that is I've tried to get ready for this craft fair about 7 times now, and I actually need to make these candles to take there because they're all gone again. It's like they're good or something. Anyway, so we're gonna make some candles. And these are just the ones that I do off the shelf. Nothing crazy about them. But of course the wax level is kind of low, so this thing's going kind of slow. This is one of the best investments I've made into my business so far is a wax melter that's capable of melting 20 pounds at a time. It means nothing to most of you, but trust me, it's amazing. And then another tidbit is that you should look at my Facebook events because I'm doing a treasure hunt for Father's Day, where you're gonna run around downtown here and find some QR codes that you have to scan that tell you where the next QR code is. I'll show you in a second. But it's basically a good time to run around, act like a pirate on Father's Day, and possibly win some cool prizes. And it's pretty low effort, other than you're going to be walking around downtown looking for QR codes and scanning them. Let me get them out for you. So we'll call him Captain Redbeard. Made these for us. They're little gold coins. Little QR code's going to be on the back. It's got 1 cent on the top. Is that genius? Yeah, that's pretty genius. Anyway, so far the mother load. Mr. Bush gave us a whole boatload of analog tokens. Like literally, this is an actual boatload. Like the boat was really tiny, but they came in a boat. And then bad deal. I don't know how into precious metals any of you are, but that's what 2 grams of gold looks like. It's not very big, like you would think it would be bigger. Each one of those is worth like $100. This whole chest here is, there's more stuff on the way for it. So like, we're not done there. I like to go all out. So yeah, if you want to come around and do some pretty low effort Father's Day shenanigans, walking around downtown Davenport, scanning QR codes, it's gonna be worth about $500 by the time I'm done with it. For walking around, pretty easy. We've got some obnoxiously sized gemstones. And then if you look in the event, I'm also awarding bonus entries. If you dress like a pirate, any member of the Goonies, and if you can get your kid to successfully perform a truffle shuffle, all bonus entries. So there's even some where you can just show up and get 3 entries without scanning anything. So
JJ wants to know, when's the next car show?
that will be the first Sunday of every month, as long as the weather is nice. I do need to create a Facebook event for that. For those of you that don't know, I'm also the QCRPM Eat the Streets guy, And then we had a car show down here last month, because why not? It's free parking on Sundays. And then I am also the president of the Quad City Beard and Mustache League, which we just had our first meeting. Fellow cohorts on that are one Mr. Dave Lavora and two little balls of energy that we like to call Tony and Haley. If you would like to come to the next meeting, you can check out our Facebook page. It's Quad City Beard and Mustache League. The basic premise is that we raise funds for charity and either have or have an affinity for facial hair. There's really nothing else to it. You don't even have to have facial hair to be in the club. Anyway, so these are my bourbon and brown sugars. Probably my most popular candle, besides leather and balsam. That's typically what it smells like in here. People ask me, oh man, it smells so good. What does that smell like? It's 75 things, because there's 75 things in here that smell fantastic, but leather and balsam is normally what I burn in here. So depending on if you actually see something burning at that time, that's the smell. Thankfully, I now need to make like 20 more of these, which is fun, because I have to box them up and take them to Tipton, and apparently it's going to rain when I have to go up there and set up my canopy, so I think I have to do it tomorrow instead. That sucks. Other than that, stay tuned to Facebook. I'm on there as Allied Barber Supply. We haven't put the and back in yet. Instagram is Allied Barber QC. Some reason I was not able to get Allied Barber on there, and it's a dead account. And they wouldn't let me have it. It's kind of jerk mode, but whatever. I put the QC on there because I'm proud where I'm from. We're like, the Quad Cities is like Texas. I tell people that, like, it's okay for us to talk crap about each other, but if anybody talks crap about us, we'll end you. Keep that in mind, Cedar Rapids. Other than that, I'm usually just hanging out here, going out of my mind, ordering things, restocking things, reorganizing things, deciding I don't like where something is, and then moving it again. And if nothing else, you can come in here once a week and it will look completely different than the last time you were in here, because I move things a lot. This is my first and only retail job ever. And I'm not a salesman. That's why I sell products that I use, because then I can speak to them. I don't want to have to learn a sales pitch about anything, because I don't have time. And so I just prefer to sell things that don't suck instead. And I pretty much got a store full of that right now, which is pretty sweet. It's taken a year to get there, but it's been a year of 90-hour weeks that was well worth it. And like, if you stop in, you'll feel that it's well worth it too. So it's a pretty cool little place.
Do you want there's a couple of ideas for your book. Do you want to know what they are?
Absolutely.
All right. So you have the Candelabra collection as one option. And then, hopefully I say this right, the Waxenimicon.
So you have to take off the Necronomicon.
Yeah.
Those both came from Tristan. He's very invested. So I don't know. He should get a prize whether he's got the most ideas.
I was the best man at his wedding, so he already got a prize. I winged the speech and botched it and made it sound like they have domestic issues, which I don't know if he remembers that, but I definitely do. Because I'm not a public speaker, if you can't tell. That's why there's so many ums. Yeah, that's pretty funny. I would have to, that almost needs to be like engraved on there or something. Written in blood. Probably not that. Then I'd have to clean it.
He also seems to have an idea of a QCRPM Beard and Mustache League car and candle shell.
Ooh. You just combine it all into one.
Get it all.
Well, I mean, so my anniversary party is coming up at Wake, and that's pretty much what it's going to be. all of those things at once, especially if the t-shirts get here on time. Because I got the 5-year stickers, which match the design on the back of my shirt. Hold on, you're going to see how fat I am in a minute. But I got those as stickers, but the shirts are not here yet. If it doesn't make sense to you, it's a goldfinch in the style of the Great Seal of the United States of America, the goldfinch being the Iowa state bird. And instead of the like snake and arrows, it's holding 2 ears of corn because it's Iowa. I mean, what else do we have? A lot of corn. I was going to do a geode on the chest pocket, but that's really stretching it. Like, people are going to get that that's our state rock, and we're one of the few states that have a state rock, and we went with the geode. Like, yeah, there's a ton of them, and they're fun, but why is that our state rock? It's like so few states claim to one. Like, we could have just went for diamond. Like, it doesn't make any sense that nobody else has it. Why can't we just claim it? Oh, geode, the one you have to break. Okay, cool. But yeah, just a fun little play on the rest of the Americana that's going on around here. I thought it'd be fun to work that in to make the goldfinch the eagle instead of the eagle. But yeah, the anniversary party is coming up quick. I don't actually know when it is because I'm hoping those t-shirts get here before then. But it's definitely in the Facebook events. You can go see what the date is before me. And I think it's first week of June, maybe. But definitely scheduled during an Eat the Streets so that I would already be at Wake anyway, because that just makes it easy. What else is going on around here? I don't know. Lots of new stuff. I have like an entire shelf devoted to cocktail mixers right now. That's freaking crazy. That's the other, like, the cool thing about this is, like, when I first started out, like, I was seeking out these brands, you know, after I bought them online, and like not really begging them to let me like work with them, but definitely like I had to like track them down and, you know, see if they would be willing to work with me. And now in the 12 months, like, it's turned the other way. Like, I have companies that reach out to me like, hey, can I send you some jeans and you try them out and then let me know if you'd be interested in carrying us. And it's like, I'm like famous or something. I get free clothes. Whoa. But now, yeah, it's crazy how much that's changed in, I mean, literally a year. It's been 363 days since I've rented the place in the Hilltop, and now I'm downtown, comfortably nestled between me and Billy and Unimpaired. And I thought I'd one-up them both by creating a bar that doesn't serve any kind of beverages. Instead of going liquor versus dry, you just don't have beverages. Top that.
Follow the bubbles.
That's yeah. And if you're wondering who the bubble guy is in downtown Davenport, it's me, Mario. So I just had a homeless guy tell me that it makes it feel like Davenport has grown up and finally got some cool stuff, and that's really all I was going for, was to make it feel grown up and have cool stuff down here.
What are your hours? Are you?
So hours are 11 to 6 most days, noon to 5 on Sundays. Mondays and Tuesdays, I'm technically closed, but I am almost always here on Mondays and Tuesdays. So I just started turning the lights on when I'm here, and because people would stop in and be like, hey, are you open? And it's like, well, you're here, I'm here, and my cash register works. So yeah, I mean, kinda. But theoretically, it's Wednesday through Saturday, 11 to 6, Sunday noon to 5, and then close Monday, Tuesday. The other bonus to that is I'm one of the few places that's open downtown on Sundays. If you live down here and you're like, man, I just want to get out of the house, you can come hang out. I've usually got decent music playing, and it always smells good. It's the bonus, according to the mail lady. I have the best smelling business downtown. And whose opinion are you going to value more than that? She walks into all of them.
She knows. Do you guys have any questions? That's all my own stuff.
Oh, learned a lot today.
Yeah, it's an educational experience, and I can ramble for hours. So we just do a live stream day, and you guys can watch me freak out about ordering things and paying invoices and trying to figure out how much stock I need, and then making candles. That would be a terrible, terrible live stream. Let's not do that. Nobody wants to see that. Put it back in there. But, yeah, and if you want a bourbon and butterscotch candle, they'll be ready in like an hour and a half, because I know you guys are going to come buy them all before I actually have to be at the craft fair anyway. So, hour and a half, they'll be ready. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I got.
All right, we'll come back. See you next time.
For sure.